You ever see a man so rich he thinks money can solve anything, like literally anything? Picture this. It's late autumn and the Hollow Creek livestock auction is packed, but nobody's really there for the cows or the horses. Nope. Everybody's eyes are locked on this battered German shepherd mutt in his fur, old scars on his muzzle barking up a storm in a rusted cage like he owns the place. And there stands Benedict Cross, his voice cutting through all the nervous chatter. $1 million. That's what I'll pay anyone who can get that mutt to sit beside them for 5 minutes. The crowd shifts, some folks laugh, but it's a bitter kind of laugh, you know what I mean? Like they all want that money, but nobody wants to lose a hand trying. Now, I wasn't planning on telling you this, but you should know, Cross wasn't smiling because he liked dogs, nah. He smiled because he liked watching folks try and fail. The handlers, both tough as nails, unlock that kennel with enough gear to wrestle a bear. Ghost Hat's the shepherd launches himself forward, rope stopping him just shy of making a scene. You could see it in his eyes. Not just fear, not just rage, something older. Like he'd been betrayed by everyone he'd ever met. And in all that noise and spectacle, a 12-year-old girl named Willow Hayes slips through the crowd silent, like she's got her own business nobody else can understand. She's clutching a harmonica, something her mom left her, and it's the last thing she's got from before the fire took everything. There's something in the way she looks at Ghost that cuts through the circus. She walks straight into the ring, sneakers barely making a sound, and old man Cross sneers, loud enough for everyone to hear. What's this? Even the kids think they can do it now. Willow doesn't answer. She just pulls out that harmonica, puts it to her lips, and starts playing. Not a song, exactly, just these drifting, unfinished notes, sad, stubborn things, you know? The kind that hang in the air and won't let go. And right then, Ghost just stops. No more barking, no lunging, no snarling, just listening. The rope goes slack and the dog inches forward, sits down like he's been waiting for that tune his whole life. Nobody's watching the clock. Not Cross, not the auctioneer, not even Willow. 5 minutes roll by and Ghost hasn't moved. He's right there beside her. The crowd goes dead quiet, like they're all scared of breaking the spell. Willow reaches down, touches Ghost's collar, and he follows her out. Not because he's been tamed, but because he wants to. Her grandma Miriam is waiting at the gate, eyes shining, and Willow just says, "We're taking him home. He doesn't belong here." And that's the last anyone at the auction ever sees of them that day. That night, Willow's standing at the kitchen window, watching Ghost pace the fence line, her bare feet cold against the linoleum. He doesn't walk, she tells Miriam, he glides. He keeps to the yard, won't come inside, won't eat from a bowl. And God help you if you so much as jingle a leash. But he never snaps at Willow. He just watches her, shadowing her from a distance, getting closer a little at a time. Miriam gives Willow space, but calls in a friend DR. Clara Monroe, old vet with hands like leather and a soft voice. She doesn't force Ghost, doesn't even look at him much. She just leaves treats, reads veterinary journals aloud, sits nearby till he lets her press a hand to his ribs. Someone trained him with fear, she tells Miriam. It sticks deeper than scars. That night, Willow finally cracks open her mom's old journals, reads those pages filled with wild hope and heartbreak. One line stands out. Force doesn't create obedience. It creates silence. And silence isn't the same as understanding. But here's where it turns. Benedict Cross isn't done. He's got too much pride, too much money, to let a kid and a stray steal his thunder. He schedules a demonstration at the Sage Valley Autumn Fair as dogs, his trainers, a spectacle meant to show the world what control really means. The town turns out in force, skeptical as ever. Willow doesn't come for a show. She comes with Ghost by her side, no leash, no commands, just quiet. She moves, he moves. She stops, he stops. She pulls out that harmonica and plays a soft, drifting melody. Ghost lays down in the dirt, head on his paws, calm as a summer morning. The crowd barely breathes. Then Cross struts out with his own untrainable shepherd, handlers with batons, shock collars, the works turning the ring into a war zone. Ghost just gets up, walks over, sits calmly in front of the other dog. Doesn't challenge, doesn't flinch, just is. And for some reason, The wild dog copies him, lying down, still and silent. Willow steps forward, plays her tune again, and both dogs stay there, at peace, while Cross fumes and the whole place goes wild. The sheriff steps in, Cross storms out, and Willow, she just kneels and lays a hand on Ghost's back, the other dog pressing his head into her knee. Yeah, that happened. Reporters run the footage everywhere. Willow's suddenly the girl who listened, Ghost the impossible dog. But Cross fights back the only way he knows: money and headlines. He spins the story, calls Ghost a danger, tries to paint Willow as a fluke. Only it doesn't work. People saw what happened. Word gets out, and soon folks are showing up at the ranch with broken dogs of their own, collies too wild to herd. Shepherds nobody else wants, all of them carrying their own ghosts. Week after week, Willow and Ghost work in the quiet. Clara visits, students come to watch, and little by little, the broken dogs start to change. Not because anyone's yelling or forcing them, but because for the first time, they're being listened to. And in the end, isn't that what everybody wants? To be heard? Then comes the real twist. Caleb Cross, Benedict's son, drives up one afternoon, no bravado, just a manila envelope in hand. He says it's from his father. Benedict had a stroke, wanted the letter delivered in person. Willow reads it in the barn, the place her mother used to sit during storms. The letter is an apology, a confession of fear and pride, and all the mistakes that made him miss what really mattered. Enclosed is a deed, giving the sanctuary the land, next door more space for more second chances. As spring rolls in, the sanctuary is thriving. Dogs run the fields, Ghost leads the pack, and Willow, well, she's grown into someone even her mom would have admired. She moves through the day with quiet confidence, her mom's philosophy alive in every gentle touch and every patient word. New arrivals find Ghost first. He meets them with calm eyes, telling them without words, "You're safe here." The town, the world, even Cross's old rivals, all of them, start to believe in the change they've witnessed. Willow's not chasing headlines, doesn't care for endorsements, just sticks to what her mother taught her. Do no harm. Be the place they run to, not from. On a quiet night, Willow stands with Ghost at the fence, harmonica in her hand, the notes rising like a prayer for all the lost things in the world. She leans down, tells him softly, "I never made you change. I just waited long enough to hear what you needed." And somewhere, beyond the lights of the sanctuary, young dogs chase butterflies, old wounds heal, and the world feels just a little bit more possible. Now, maybe you think it's just a story. Maybe you think it's about a dog, or a girl, or even redemption. But I'm telling you, it's about listening, really listening when the rest of the world's too busy making noise. So what do you think? Who gets to decide what's right? What's possible when we stop shouting and start paying attention? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm guessing there's a lot more to say about justice, belonging, and what it means to finally be heard.